Hello, Pride, and welcome. This is week 7 of 20. Can you believe that we are 1/3 of the way through this program? We are having our conversation on loving yourself, trusting your instinct, and avoiding dangerous relationships. Don't touch the channel. I'd like you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the next few minutes of loneliness, how to combat it. So let's talk about the obvious. My hair. Yes, I changed it. I am wearing a protective style. It's the winter time and my natural hair is getting dry. And I put it in the protective style so that I can preserve it and rock it this summer. Let's talk about loneliness. Loneliness is that feeling that you get of being empty, alone, isolated, separated, even unwanted and unloved. And loneliness can feel like torture. And in a way it is. Prisons use isolation as a form of punishment. In fact, they put the worst of the worst criminals into what they call solitary confinement. And when we isolate ourselves from others, when we are feeling lonely, we are actually torturing ourselves. And there is no reason for anyone to go through loss, sadness, or hurt alone. When we get into that state of feeling lonely, our tendency is to, shut people off, sleep all day, not eat, not talk to anyone. And those are the very things that we should actually be doing. I tell stories about myself all the time, and sometimes they're very embarrassing because I say I dated this guy and, you're thinking, what guy was it? But I will say you that I had a long-term relationship, and during the times that we would go through difficulties and we didn't want to talk to each other and whatnot, while I was at home, wallowing in my sorrow, drowning in my tears, kicking myself in the butt with self-defeating thoughts, he was at his house banging iron. He was working out. And I tell you, that's one of the best things that you can do. We're going to talk about that a little bit more later. I want to help you to learn how to overcome the feeling of loneliness. And it is my very strong belief that if you can learn to combat loneliness in a healthy way, you can do anything. And I do mean stop drug habits, defeat alcoholism, stop returning to unhealthy and abusive relationships, build an empire. All of these things are possible. I think that a lot of things that we go through in a negative way are caused by our feelings of loneliness. At some point, everyone in life is going to feel lonely. It's just a part of who we are. I don't think that anyone is exempt. But the operative word here is feel. Interestingly enough, our brain is designed to focus on pain and danger, but it's to save us. And when that threat is gone, we should be able to learn how to shut that focus off and put that focus in other areas. So I have 8 things that I think could help combat loneliness, and they are: 1, express it; 2, reach out; 3, focus on something else; 4, exercise; 5, cook; 6, help others; 7, spend time with family; 8, stop talking about it. How would you express it? Everybody has a different way of expressing themselves. Some people write, some people draw, some people sing. I use Matriarchal Motive and the Lioness Speaks is one of those things that is an outlet for me in order to combat negativity in my life, to combat loneliness. Number 2, reach out. Sometimes it's very embarrassing to talk about things that you're going through, but I'm telling you, nothing is too embarrassing to help you get healthy and to get past loneliness. You need to find somebody that you can trust, someone that you can talk to about how you're feeling, the thoughts that that are going through your mind, so that you can get past it. Believe me, it does me no honor to talk about my relationships, their failures, but I believe that if I share these things with you, that I will help, and I feel like my testimony helps. Number 3, focus on something else. When we feel like we're alone, it's easy for us to, think things like, nobody loves me, to think negative thoughts like, I'm a loser, I'm an outcast, unlovable, I'm stupid. Why would I even do that? But I want to tell you that those things are natural, but they're not healthy. And so we need to teach ourselves to focus on something that is more positive. And it's okay to do social things by yourself. Go out to eat, go to a movie. It helps you to focus on something for 2 to 3 hours. And that may be just enough time that you need. If it's not, then watch 2. Just saying. Number 4, exercise. Exercise is one of those things that is very good for combating loneliness. When you exercise, you move your muscles and your body rewards you by releasing endorphins. And these endorphins course through your circulatory system, and they help you to feel better about yourself. And exercise also makes you hungry, and it is very healthy for you to eat even when your body is telling you that it does not want to. So I want you to get out, get active, ride a bike, lift weights, run, go to a sporting event, do laser tag, something to get out and to get your body going. Number 5, cook. The last thing you want to do is eat when you're feeling lonely. And if you cook something healthy, the smell of the food will make you want to eat. You don't have to eat a whole lot. Just give your body something to sustain itself. Just a little snack, maybe some water, something to drink. Because the less you eat, the more weak you become. And that's not only physically, but mentally as well. So get some food into your body. If you're like me, I'm a person that is service oriented. And I get the biggest reward out of seeing someone else happy. I love it in the way that it makes me feel when I feel like I have made a difference in someone else's life. So if you're that type of person as well, get out, help somebody. You don't even have to go to, volunteer at a nursing home or anything like that. You can just go out and buy somebody a soda. Pay for their meal at the restaurant, or, when they're at the store, if they're buying something small, pay for it for them. Or if you have toll roads, pay the toll of the person behind you. Small things like that can make you feel better about who you are and the things that you can contribute to society. Number 7, spend time with family. I know that some of you out there whose natural family or your biological family are not healthy. But we all have someone or a group of people that we feel connected to, whether the groups are in person or online. And my suggestion is that you connect with those people, the people who value you, who honor you, who make you feel better about yourself. You need to spend time with people who are able to help you and comfort you. Number 8, stop talking about it. Personal experience. My cousin Kim, who is on the board of Matriarchal Motive, she saved my life. And I'm going to tell you how I was going through a divorce, and It was a very difficult time, not because it was a difficult breakup or anything like that. It was because I felt the loneliness of having to separate from a man that I had been with for 10 years. She drove over an hour each way to come and talk with me, to get me out of the house, to get my mind focused on other things. And while she did it, we never talked about him. And I tell you, I believe in my heart of hearts that helped me get over my feelings of loneliness so much quicker. I'm not saying that you don't need to talk about it. You do. But there becomes a point when it's too much that you need to start weaning yourself off the loss and start, eating the meat of freedom. And Kim, thank you. Now I can share my experience with others, and I can help someone else through their hard time as well. I love to pay it forward. When I learn something that is a gem, I pass it on, and I'm hoping that you'll find a gem in some of the things that I'm saying as well. Now, if you go through steps 1 through 8 and you still cannot get past your feelings of loneliness, if you cannot even conjure your body up to do these things, make yourself get up and get out, then you may need to seek help from a professional. We often find stigma in talking to someone on a professional basis about our feelings. We also find a stigma in taking medication that helps us take our mind off of things that will help us to recover from loss. And I'm telling you, just like you take medicines in order to heal your physical body, we need them at times to help us recover and heal our mental body as well. So if you are having difficulty, if you're having feelings of suicide, hurting yourself, or hurting somebody else, you need to seek help. I will be posting numbers for the suicide hotline in order to get out of the deepest depth of loneliness. Pride, loneliness. Everybody goes through it, but we have to learn how to get out of it. Above all things.